Hello everyone, I am Rooney. Today I want to talk about the topic of acute toxicity testing of non-nano-titanium dioxide-based versus oxybenzone-based sunscreen on clownfish, amphibian ocellaries. Maybe you want to ask me, why do we do this study? I can say, because people in recent years, they start to focus on decreasing the harmful effect of the UV rays. And how are the effects of UV rays? One is aging of the skin and reddening of the skin. It means if you get a sunburn, your skin will become red. You can see your skin become red, yeah. And skin cancer. Ooh. And maybe you will get corneal injury because the UV rays is keep enter in your eyes, and maybe you will get a corneal injury. And but you know, maybe people just want to stay their color side, their skin color. And I have an example that she didn't use sunscreen in her daily life. This is me when I was a freshman. And this is me now. You can see, yeah, she didn't use sunscreen yet. And next, I want to introduce sunscreen type. Sunscreen has two types. One is chemical sunscreen, and the other is physical sunscreen. Chemical sunscreen means it uses some chemical component, and it can absorb UV rays, and it will turn the UV rays into the unharmful rays. And the physical sunscreen means it can reflect the UV rays. And I want to introduce the sunscreen label. In Taiwan, we can see the sunscreen product. It's always labeled PA and SPF. Maybe you want to know what is this. And SPF means protection grade of UVA. UVA is one grade of UV radiation. And its label means PA plus and this and this. And SPF means sun protection factor. Its label use number like SPF 50 and SPF 30. It will protect you from UVB. UVB is one UV ray. Yeah. And you can see this chart. You can notice these three circles. The one means to burn without sunscreen. And if you use it, multiply SPF number, it is equal to maximum sun exposure time. So if you use this product, it says its SPF is 50. You can, if the minute to burn without sunscreen is 10 minutes, you multiply 50. You need to 500 minutes to begin to burn your skin. And next, I want to introduce common component in sunscreen. There are oxyphenol 6, benzophenone 2, and benzophenone 3. They are they are the component of chemical sunscreen. And I don't want to say benzophenone 3 because it is difficult to say. So I will call it oxybenzone in the following page. And I don't want to say bilibalaboom again. And this non-nano-titanium dioxide is the component of physical sunscreen, and I will call it T in the following pages. And we choose oxybenzone and T to our test. Maybe you want to say why we choose these two components. Because oxybenzone has been found in human breast milk and it will alter sex ratio of zebrafish embryos. And T, it has a high molecular weight, and it means it cannot be absorbed in skin easily. And this has been found that they can cause coral bleach and make some fish species negative effects. And let's introduce our subject, the clownfish, the species of Amphiprion ocellaris. It's the species you can see in the aquarium shop. Yeah. And we want to observe the clownfish's mortality, feeding behavior, and swimming behavior in a different ratio of water mixed with two components separately. And maybe you want to know how do we do this study? Okay, we need 12 aquatic tank, and we put 5 clownfish and salt water. It means we control the salinity and we control temperature in 28 degrees. And we put 800 gram crushed coral bag. It can let us mimic the nature condition to the clownfish. And let's focus on the test 1. We want to know the effect of tea-based sunscreen product to clownfish. So we put clownfish to expose to 6 concentration of tea-based sunscreen, and we will record the data in 6 times in 97 hours. And test 2 is we want to know the tea-based sunscreen versus oxybenzone-based sunscreen product to clownfish. And we use 3 different concentration, and 3 different concentration of tea-based sunscreen, and 3 different concentration of oxybenzone sunscreen. So now we need to define the mortality, feeding behavior, and swimming behavior. Mortality means fish died, and feeding behavior, the normal feeding behavior is one is interested in the food but willing to eat, and another is unwilling to eat. And swimming behavior, abnormal swimming behavior means clownfish is moving slowly and erratically. And erratically means fish swim like this. Yes. So let's focus on the results of test 1. You can see this chart. The title is person mortality at 97 hours post-exposure over varying concentration. Its x-axis is percent of mortality. Its y-axis is concentration of tea-based sunscreen. And you can see clownfish only die in 1 milligram per liter. And next chart is abnormal feeding behavior. You can see fish have been recorded abnormal feeding behavior in 1 milligram per liter and 100 milligram per liter. And next chart is abnormal movement. It displays the same result of abnormal feeding behavior. And let's look at the result of test 2. You can see the chart title is person mortality and 100 milligram per liter. Its x-axis is time post-exposure. and the y-axis is person mortality. You can see clownfish only dying 100 mg per liter, and these proportions are not statistically different. And next is abnormal feeding behavior. You can see in 100 mg per liter of oxybenzone-based sunscreen, it exhibits statistically higher proportion. And the next chart is person abnormal movement at 100 mg per liter. You can see oxybenzone-based sunscreen cause every clownfish act like drumfish. So we got a conclusion is oxybenzone-based sunscreen product have more negative effect than tea-based sunscreen product on clownfish feeding and swimming behavior. So this is our conclusion. This is our discuss. It's just mortality should not be the only endpoint for evaluation, because in our result you can see it's not statistically different. And there are more factors to us to know, maybe just like growth, development, genetic, bioaccumulation, or behaviors, to know the harmful to aquatic systems. So I will repeat my conclusion again. Oxybenzone-based sunscreen products have more negative effect than non-nano titanium dioxide based sunscreen product. Thanks for your attention.